Hi guys, welcome back to more NCIS. We've had a 2-week break for Christmas and New Year. Hope you've had a good relaxing vacation. We are back in the new year now. This is our first episode of 2025. We're just going to jump straight in, no recap. Let's get on with things. This is episode 19 of season 3.
It's already March, Sean.
Yeah, get off the ice. Stop being an idiot.
Come on.
I'm expecting one of them to fall through the ice, but it's more likely they're going to discover somebody else. You're going to find somebody else under there, are you? Yeah. It's definitely still frozen solid. Yeah, I mean, that could be an accident.
Yeah, it's not mine, it's McGee's. Maybe the probie is gay.
Not gay, Tony.
Tell us that a lot of your friends are of the homosexual persuasion and that I should be more sensitive.
No, actually, I was going to tell you to stay out of my desk.
Probalicious.
Probalicious. Keeps coming up with new names.
What is wrong with bubble baths?
Load up.
And now that's where I draw the line. Is no bubble baths.
Downing.
What's the break, boss?
2 kids found the first sergeant floating under 6 inches of ice.
3 holes in his coat could be crucial.
How about time of death?
No, that's different.
Decomposition
That's not an accident.
Anywhere from 2 weeks to
4 months.
Very good, Mr. Palmer. Thank you. Of course, I'll have to check the meteorological data for the area.
On cold water deaths in particular, frozen, really, really difficult for a medical examiner to be able to get a time of death because, like they say, they have to thaw them out first, they have to warm them back up, they have to check all the meteorological reports, they've got to check the weather, they've got to check everything because it completely throws time of death off. So, don't know, it's going to be a while, I think, before we know exactly when this happened.
I think you're coming off a little gay.
Because he uses body lotion and likes to take bubble baths?
You forget the manicure? You just set off gaydar across the entire Atlantic seaboard.
Tony, I am not gay.
This isn't about orientation. This is about image.
So now your image is homopubic?
Term is homophobic. And no,
Homopubic,
prejudice
I'll have
of
to
any
remember
kind
that.
is an ugly thing. Tree branch?
We got another one? I can't tell. What is it?
Wearing a steel-toed boot.
Got another one?
Oh,
These things
hell.
always come in threes.
Already got 3, DeNozo.
First Sergeant Downing received
Well, the
the
first
most
one was shot
damage.
anyway.
3 in the chest. Here, here, and here. And 1 to the back, just
And they
below the
left him
heart.
to drown and freeze.
Yes, well, it ruptured his inferior vena cava. 1 bullet each.
These gang tats.
It is not my field of expertise. This young man was shot in the front, just below the left clavicle. Was shot in the back. This young man
Where was he shot?
was also shot in the back, like our first sergeant. Pattern is quite random. I believe the phrase is turkey shoot.
Well, it
Explain.
used to be an ATM receipt. The ink's washed off, but the dimensions match the receipt paper used by First Sergeant Downing's bank. I checked his records. Last withdrawal, November 18th.
Dave is reported missing.
No ID on the other 3 ice cubes yet.
Balance isn't usually the primary concern on a mission.
What is?
The guy shooting back, which is what I'm going to start doing if you two don't get back to work.
Rifling patterns indicate it didn't fire any of the slugs Ducky pulled from the first sergeant.
Right.
39mm
It's not a murder weapon.
and a 45.
Hopefully more weapons will turn up.
Any prints?
No, not by a long shot. NCSR would be pointless. The gun is registered to First Sergeant Ryan Downing.
Do I come off as unmanly?
I think Tony was jerking your brain.
Chain? Jerking my chain?
Whatever, I think you're appropriately masculine.
In your brain.
Tony and Gibbs are tough guys, yes? They're
Yeah, I know where
I'm
she's
not,
going.
I'm not tough.
You have to ask.
He doesn't
Alejandro
come over as a
Marquez,
tough
Jorge
guy.
Rubio, and Hector the Hammer Menendez, all members of the LV.
And it's bothering him.
LVM boss said stands for
La vida mala.
Drugs, run guns.
They also hire themselves out as hitmen.
Yes, which is what 2 of their members were allegedly doing a year ago.
These 3 here, they weren't just members of LVM. According to the FBI here, they are all lieutenants in LVM's Manassas chapter.
The boss.
Miguel Sosa.
Spent the night at Rock Creek Park, and I found these when they drained the pond.
Nice
That's
work.
a big one.
You expecting an attaboy?
I
Attaboy.
thought it would be nice.
Attaboy.
Oh. It's good work, though. Yeah, you like that. Come on.
What did you expect, McGee?
Well, that's the
Corporate
whole
headquarters
point.
building?
Maybe his replacement is the one who caused this.
They're all armed.
This is going to get dirty quick.
Hey. We're not local cops. We're federal agents.
Federales.
Ah,
In charge? In charge of what?
The Manassas chapter of La Vida Mala.
I like how Gibbs is just letting him go with it here. He's like, let's see how he does.
Inside.
You're either DEA or immigration. You're not FBI. Come on, man. We get blamed for everything these days. Help me out.
The first in a drive-by shooting, the other in Rock Creek Park.
Take me away. You want one of them instead?
You can keep those.
Don't look surprised.
Never seen them before.
He used to run your organization.
You have El Jefe give me a call, or I book him the next seat on the flight
That
to
was
Gitmo.
smart.
We can't do that.
That
We're
was
not
smart.
terrorists.
I'll have Tel Aviv produce an intercept between Al Qaeda and this social club. Might take me 24 hours.
Okay,
Then
24 hours.
we can arrest you on the terrorism act.
Get a surveillance team on this taco shack. Pick up anybody who's got a La Vida Mal clown tat.
If they're worried we're onto something, they'll start talking to each other.
I had a buddy in the Baltimore gang unit, did that to the local LVM. They found his head in Crawford Park. Never did find the rest of him. Think I'd lie to you?
Yes. You looking over my shoulder again, Director?
Why? Feel a little crowded?
Yeah, a little.
3 9mm Parabellum and 1 45. The 9mm are trickier, but I got a definite match on the Beretta and the Tech 9. The rifling was almost stripped. It made it almost impossible to find out which weapon it came from.
Almost.
But I did it.
Which one was it?
Neither.
No. Yeah.
We're missing a weapon.
Yeah, a new director. I haven't made a determination
job
on it
to
yet.
do, Agent Gibbs. My Marines have done theirs. It's time for them to come home.
PFC Reggio was killed in a drive-by shooting 1 week before your deployment. Now your first sergeant turns up dead. His body was found in a frozen pond with 3 dead gangbangers. His weapon was used to kill them. You tell me, Captain. What was
Yeah,
he
but
doing
the
back on
evidence
leave in
is
the States?
building
His father
up
had
here.
cancer, terminal. He wanted a chance to say goodbye.
I hope he got it.
You're a Marine. Do you know any first sergeants that would leave their men in combat? Well, what are you going to do about it?
We're working on the case on this end. As soon as I know, you'll know.
Sir, you people had a year to catch Reggio's killers. Sir, at ease, Marine.
There you go, see.
Sorry, sir. Don't let them down this time.
That's a bit harsh.
You can't let them down.
The sergeant may not have gone on a revenge killing, but they definitely would.
Siva, habla español?
Sí, mucho.
Oh, bueno. Welcome to the wonderful
Then
world
you
of
translate.
Thomas Zepeda.
They are exchanging greetings. The plan for lunch. Oh, and a double feature is scheduled. 2 hoes are coming over for something called a rainbow party. Rainbow.
It's tough to translate slang. Is that man lotion working for you there, Proby?
Didn't shave today. Trying a new look. Abby seems to like it.
I can barely see
It's
anything.
nice, McGee. It's very manly.
I wish I could do that. I don't shave for a day.
The nose.
Well,
Hey, boss.
Why are you touching his face?
I know, it feels good, though. It's like a bunny rabbit.
Don't. The big guy, U.S. citizen, made 5 calls today. Twice to his mother, 2 for food.
yeah, he doesn't
One
seem to be doing an
just
awful
now
lot.
concerning.
Hose. Slang for...
I know what it's like.
Well, we know.
We're talks on the phone. Only
Keeps it that
sends
way.
and receives text messages. Texts are coded, but it looks as though Sosa's still making the day-to-day decisions for the gang.
Yeah, he's
Audit.
just following
Your contacts found out
instructions.
everything you can about Sosa and what he's doing in El Salvador.
Done.
You're trying too hard.
Yeah, you are making it a little bit obvious now that you're trying. What really constitutes manly anyway? You don't need to look physically aggressive or overbearing or come across as intimidating. it's your actions and the way you carry yourself, and a lot of the times your beliefs and everything that motivate you is what makes you a tough guy. And I think McGee's trying to concentrate on a visual look as to what that should represent, which is why he's overdoing it a bit.
Zapata's a chump.
Because his face
probably
doesn't
right.
say that, does it?
Zapata's an idiot. But last I heard, being stupid wasn't illegal. I'm just a small fish. Talk to the Jefe.
You tell him I want to speak with him.
See, I delivered your Gitmo threat. Sosa said to ask you why you let your people live so far from work. That Vato McGee and the Israeli chica, a long way, see? What if they need you pronto?
Threatening my people. Never a good idea.
Really?
And just
Not,
the message.
yeah, he's passing on the
Messenger that
message,
knows
but
what
that's
happened at Rock Creek
a
Park.
really stupid idea.
2 Marines called Sosa to help unload captured Iraqi weapons.
2 Marines.
Is that what this was
He
about?
sent our people
Weapons?
to do a deal. Figured maybe the Marines will back off.
Who was the other Marine?
Man, they don't invite me to these things. I'm just a messenger.
Juvenile record, suspected pre-corps gang activity. He was also with PFC Regia the night he was murdered.
I want him on a plane.
Ah, Timothy, I suppose you're here for the DOD?
Department of Defense?
No. Date of death.
Yes.
Absence of
I thought
from
Department of
airborne
Defense
insects
too.
indicate the bodies were thrown into the water soon after death.
The first sergeant was stateside on leave from mid-November.
Yes, well, the meteorological reports from the area indicate that the first hard freeze was December 9th. I smell.
Old Spice. I had to
Spice. Damn, that is
I've heard about your infatuation.
old school.
The lotions was for a skin condition.
Oh, it's quite all right, Timothy. Skincare is something we should all take more seriously. In my opinion, there's absolutely nothing gay about it. The bodies were not frozen inside the ice, but were below it.
So they died after the night?
No. Human bodies sink until the gases created by the internal putrefaction have had time to accumulate.
Bodies went into the water between November 25th and December 9th, or they would have resurfaced and top ice would have formed around them.
Have we any idea what our Marine was doing there yet?
No, Duck, I don't, but we're going to find out.
Let's give a complete timeline as to how, why, and when this happened. Honestly, science
Why would you say that?
gives you more or less the answer
When
to
NCIS
everything you're
agents
looking for.
escorting one Lance Corporal?
In most
You got it
cases.
all wrong, Marine. She's Mossad. You want to get the cash first or the Iraqi weapons?
Not scaring you, am I?
I'm fine.
Really? Because you were on leave with First Sergeant Downing, and then you were with PFC Regia the night he was
off book.
Killed in the drive-by shooting?
5 dead bodies. You're our only link.
You don't think I know that, sir? He knows, he just doesn't care.
Hey, Silva, you know what? We had a name for guys like you when I was on active duty. Bravo Foxtrot.
It's an explicit term for sexual...
Wasn't supposed to happen like this. NCIS forgot about it. Private Reggio was my best friend. He died in my arms. Couldn't just let that go, sir.
So you decided to turn a quick buck?
Nah. I called Sosa to meet, but not to sell him any weapons. But he did. He yanked my leave and restricted me to base. To end it. He didn't want anyone else to get hurt.
Well, guess what they did?
I'd switch places with him.
Gate log shows that Downing restricted Silva to base on November 26th for the duration of his leave. He has to be. Bernal's texting him there a dozen times a day.
If Simon says he's not in San Salvador, then he's not there, McGee.
He has to be.
Gibbs, I'm...
If not, we've wasted 3 days. You find him now.
This guy is playing hide and seek.
We can't find Miguel Sosa. 2, I'm not even sure that he exists. And 3,
What's with the squint?
Who are you talking to?
No.
you will address me as Sir Soldier.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. Who are you talking to, sir?
Sir.
Major Mass Spec. Captain Comparison Microscope.
My Spanish is a little rusty.
Mine's not. Okay, and this one,
Stop competing.
they're asking Sosa if they should... It's too long. SMS text messages are limited to 150 characters, so that means...
Well, they used
It
to
was
be.
emailed from a computer, not a cell
Not
phone.
anymore.
Gateway, pulling an IP, linking to an ISP. Let's see if we can get a name, the account holder.
Cesar Bernal? That doesn't make any sense. Why would he send messages to himself? Okay, but that's stupid. Because Sosa would totally find out and kill Cesar.
Uh-oh. What is this meal gonna cost me this time?
Didn't cost you anything last time. I can leave.
I didn't say that. Salvadorian food? Another Marine was injured in Captain Arvadis' group.
I know.
I heard you found the man responsible for First Sergeant Downing's death.
His name is Cesar Bernal. Cesar's making a power play for control of his crew. He's been faking orders from Miguel Sosa to the rest of LVM for the last 4 months. He did. It's the only way Cesar could have gotten away with it.
The real targets were the 3 LVM lieutenants. Cesar was taking out the leadership. Jethro, you're gonna need more than motive.
He's taking out
to
the
get a
lieutenants.
jury
The sergeant was just collateral damage then.
Depends on the jury.
He doesn't look tough enough for that, does he? And here's me saying he shouldn't be all about appearance, but he's a gang member.
I'm gonna take him.
Oh, no. I got it, bro.
What, do you think I can't handle this guy?
Gibbs said keep him on ice, not show him the warning signs of osteoarthritis. I'm senior. I go first.
You were always gonna be senior.
It's a nice thing about being senior is that...
Too late while you're arguing between the two of you.
Ahora, we know you were at the Rock Creek Pond the night of the murders. And we know you've been killing off the LVM leadership to assert control.
Because the man who can pull off something like that must be a very smart man. Do you like smart men, Bonita?
Sorry, you're not my type.
My SS get very lonely when I'm not around. And they're not going to be too happy with the one that's keeping me from them.
Sis will find something to do while you're gone.
You know what? Good luck going after Ziva.
Sergeant Downing revealed 4 entry wounds. However, of interest is the fact that the 3 frontal wounds showed no sign of internal hemorrhaging.
Each of your buddies put a bullet in his corpse. Point is, if your buddies each fired a round into the first sergeant after he was dead, who shot them?
I want to talk to my lawyer.
Gonna have a go now.
McGee is a capable interrogator. He can be quite intimidating when he wants to be.
Oh, actually, I can. See, La Vida Mala has suspected ties to Al-Qaeda. All I have to do is say the word terrorist.
Terrorism.
And I can keep you in this room till you grow old and die.
Actually was intimidating.
Dead LVMs were from the Browning found at the scene. Nice tad.
Huh?
Your Drakenkreuz? The symbol of the ancient order of Mystic. That whoever shot your guys used First Sergeant Downing's gun.
You wanted to make it look like our first sergeant smoked your muchachos.
Like it was revenge.
Of course, your crew probably would have only turned their backs to the shooter if it was someone they really trusted.
In the pecking order, I'm guessing that you're somewhere between the guy that goes out and buys the spray paint that you use for tagging and the guy who digs it out from under your boss's nails.
You don't know who you're messing with. One word from me, and my crew will have you splattered.
Your crew?
Yes.
Well, that's funny. I thought LVM was Miguel Sosa's crew.
Genji. I'm Genji. I'm a Genji.
Miguel Sosa. Except the FBI has no record of him leaving the country. Salvadoran authorities have no record of him coming in. He hasn't been sending them. El Salvador country code has been falsified. It is originated from an email account registered to Cesar Bernal.
He killed your boss. Played you for a fool. He'll never get a conviction in court with what I have on him.
That's giving you a heads up. He slipped in here with Tony because he was infuriating.
Come on, I'll drive you home. Wear your safety belt.
I could get used to this. What's the matter? You pissed because whatever game you tried to play didn't work? Loyalty means everything in our world. Without it, estás muerto.
Oh, he goes.
Semper Fi.
Goodbye, Cesar.
The seed has been planted.
¿Qué pasó, hermanos? These NCIS pendejos just won't quit,
In your own
I got a message
judgment.
from Sosa.
Trial by fire.
What? Victim, a male in his early 20s, was found in this dumpster, shot repeatedly at close range, and say they believe he has close ties to gang activity in the Manassas area. In fact,
oh, what a shame.
You don't have enough work to do. I'm sure I can find some.
I mean, Gibbs knew exactly what was going to happen the minute he got out of that car. Didn't have enough on him. He played the game,
Captain.
And then he got played.
Agent Gibbs, I hope you have some good news for me.
Bring our boys home.
There we do. Interesting that it went down that way. I don't know how to feel about how that played out at the end there. You're not going to get the justice. You've not got the evidence on him. You know you'd never have him in a courtroom, in a conviction. So the only justice you're going to get is from his own kind. Can our team, Gibbs and everyone, be held accountable to that? Sure. But from who? And would it go in anywhere? You can't be responsible for an external events once they're out of your custody. I'm not sure of an awful lot more to add to that one. It was a little confusing to begin with because of the way all of the bodies had the bullets in them and the way that they were frozen, and then Ducky's explanation as to how long they'd been there made more sense. But this Cesar was too much of a ghost here. Something wasn't adding up, and someone playing at being a messenger from him is the one who turned out to be the culprit in the end. But I mean, smart to a certain degree to know there's never going to be enough evidence against you. But if you all can play dirty to an extent, well, you've just had it done back on you. And the rest of the team's not saying anything. What I was focusing on in that one more than anything is McGee's desire and need to try and feel as though he wants to prove that we already know he's a successful, very good investigator and part of the team, but he will always play second fiddle to Tony, which is kind of not fair, because in his own right, he is a fully experienced agent. Now, he's no longer a probie. That should fall really to Ziva at present time, even though should only have that term because of her inexperience with NCIS. She's certainly not inexperienced at anything else. But while Tony and McGee both work here, which I want them to continue to do so, he's always going to feel like he's subordinate, and Tony's going to continue to remind him of that. But him trying to appear to be the tough guy in this, I don't really think he needs to come off as being that type. I think Ziva is right with the fact that he can be sufficiently when he needs to be, he can be sufficiently intimidating in his own way, in his own manner, and it doesn't need to come over as being overly aggressive or overly manly or tough guy attitude or whatever. You could be tough in many different ways. It doesn't need to all be appearance. That's what I'm saying. Right, we're just going to move on. We'll be back in episode 20 next, because this is the first episode of the 2 for the week, now that we're into the new year. So please join me for the next episode, which I'm going to go watch right now. Until then, that one will probably be posted for you guys there. So after, if you're watching on Patreon, of course, if you're on YouTube, it will probably be a little bit further down the line. However, if you do want to watch them all in full length, you know the score by now, just share the link in the description. All of them are available in full length over on Patreon. And while you're there, if you are watching on YouTube, I would appreciate thumbs up to the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and by all means post your comments down below. We'll see you for episode 20 next. We're getting close to the end of the season already. So, see you for the next one.